this case, we are going to learn more about this new product of the month, Shake It Up. But there was a big designing and effort behind the formulation. And now we are so proud of having such product in Canada. So congratulations about that. And there's a lot we can talk about it. And I'm going to try to simplify and to deliver a strategic message about the value behind Shake It Up and a product of that contribution to our daily nutrition. For sure, this product is a product that is very strategic, that is going to help us to build that healthy lifestyle that we are looking for. And also is going to be a powerful tool to get that healthy weight that you are also looking for. All right. And also, Shake It Up is an answer to this great trend. We are in this moment, in this era, in where there is a clear awareness about protein. Yeah, proteins are great. Protein are is a remarkable nutrient. And there's a lot of benefits behind a diet that is rich in protein. So protein is a very trendy topic these days for because of many things. Also in terms of longevity, yes, physique, healthy weight, strength, muscle mass, etc., etc. But in this case, Immunotech was trying to look for a protein shake with the philosophy of Immunotech, and that's also something that we are going to learn here. But this is our response. This is the answer to be able to bring this alternative, this solution to the people that is looking for protein, trying to get benefits from diet rich in protein. It's a very important nutrient. And once you understand the nature of a body, is when you also understand why proteins is so valuable for our metabolism, is so valuable for our health. First, proteins is a macronutrient. This means that this is a nutrient not only big in structure, but it's also a nutrient that provides a lot of energy and contributes massively to our body structure. Proteins is basically the transport, is the vehicle for amino acids. That's actually the building blocks of all the tissues you can imagine we have in our body. Our body depends on proteins, depends on of amino acids. We need amino acids in order to build different tissues. Of course, any cells in your body. Also, our proteins are so important for hormones, biosynthesis, neurotransmitter, enzymes, and any biochemical reaction happening in your body requires proteins, different kinds of proteins. That's why we need a diet that is rich in amino acids, that is rich in proteins. And also, guess what? Our immune system requires a lot of proteins. Actually, all these very complex organization we have in our immune system relies on protein. We have special cells, special proteins there, special organic compounds working together, and we need amino acids for that in order to function great. So yes, in order to have a strong immune system, a healthy immune system, you need to have an important protein intake in your daily basis, right? Also, most of you know that we have our antioxidant defense mechanism, right? We have two defenses, the immune system and the antioxidant defense mechanism. Well, that second The defense mechanism also require special proteins, special enzymes, require amino acids. Also, glutathione requires amino acids in order to be synthesized. So this case has been studied for different decades. And our body responds differently to nutrients. That's very interesting. That is something that we are understanding more and more recently, that our body responds differently to proteins, responds differently to fats, to carbohydrates, and in terms of hunger control, in terms of healthy hunger management, protein are the best. Protein are the best. Because just recall this. When you're hungry, right? And then you go for cookies or for some sugar or for the donut or an ice cream, maybe in the first minutes, you're going to feel, yeah, some pleasure there, some sense of satiety, but after 20, 30 minutes, you are hungry again. You are looking for more food. Also, you have cravings already. But what happens? What happens when, yes, you're hungry, and then you go for some really nice piece of salmon or a nice steak? You find satiety immediately, and also the satiety is long lasting. You have a wonderful hunger control, and that will help you to achieve a much faster healthy weight. You're going to get healthy weight. You're going to lose weight faster because you have a much better calorie intake control, because you are managing your hunger in a very smart way. And that's actually the response from your metabolism. So you want to be very strategic with your healthy weight goals. You need to seek for proteins. And we can talk more about all the reactions you can have in your body, but the main message here is that every time you are hungry, go for protein. That should be your first option. And yes, you can take the dessert for later, but first you need to go for protein, right? So from scientific evidence, now we have something that is called the minimum recommended protein intake. Remember, it's minimum, the minimum requirement. And we have some calculation there that you can use in a very, very general terms. What you need to do is just make this multiplication, is your body weight in kilograms per 1. That's it. That's in very general terms, according to different regulations we have already all over the world, because this is international criteria. So let's say if you are 80 kilograms, well, you need at least 80 grams of pure protein daily, minimum. But this is the situation. Most of you make that calculation, but this was already documented over decades. Most of people doesn't reach that, because most people in their diet, they are eating mainly carbohydrates, refined carbohydrates, a lot of bread, sugar, and trans fats, unhealthy fats, and yes, some part of protein, but we are pretty focused on something else but protein. That's a situation, and this is already very clearly identified by different health organizations these days. So, but this is very important to you to know, because sometimes people doesn't know why they don't have, or why they are hungry all the time, with a lot of craving for sugar. Something is wrong there. And most of the reason is that they are not putting attention on the adequate protein intake in a daily basis. All right? This is very interesting stuff from scientific evidence. And we knew about that, but now with new technology, new methodologies, with new clinical trials, this is clear, clear, and clearer than ever. On the other hand, of course, all the proteins are great. We need protein from different sources, yes, but we have different qualities in proteins in terms of the amino acid content, the amino acid ratio there, the viability and absorption of such proteins. We have different degrees or different qualities, and we have different matrix to evaluate proteins. And one of the most important and more used and famous is high biological value. Okay, so we have proteins with low biological value and proteins with high biological value. And we have different sources. And the most important ones, the ones with the highest biological value first are whey protein isolates. Yes, like the one we have in Immunocal, for instance, but also the ones we have in Shake It Up as well. Also, milk and cheese provide high biological value proteins. And then goes meat, and after that, eggs and fish. Probably are the most famous ones, the most important ones in terms of biological value. And that will give us an idea of the kind of proteins we need in our diet. And this is just evolution. Our body responds pretty good to those kind of proteins. And the most important goal here is we need to have good energy, clean energy, healthy energy coming from proteins. Because when your body feels in control with hunger, when you have great hunger management, great hunger control, it's basically a signal from your body saying like, hey, I don't need more energy. I'm just fine. I'm just fine. That's the signal, that's the sign we need to have in our daily basis. And when we have an important protein intake, our body will feel in control in terms of hunger, and that will promote good health and a healthy weight as well. Also, it's going to promote to lose weight way faster than just managing your diet, counting calories, which, by the way, is something I don't really like. Uh, it's not easy to count calories, right? I know you know as well. But if you start focusing your diet on a good hydration and a good protein intake, things will be much easier to sustain and much easier to get results, which is something that most of us are looking for, right? And that's one of the premise behind Shake It Up. We were looking for a power shot of proteins to deliver an incredible and a high dosage of protein. And that's the main target. Yes, looking for protein, a very special blend of protein, trying to take advantage of different proteins. And that's why we came up with our exclusive dairy protein blend. Just to share some story there, we were testing, I don't know how many types of proteins. Like, this was exhausting. When we were developing the formula, trying different blends and combination, testing different proteins. That was crazy, but it was worth it because we were able to get this beautiful dairy protein blend. We are taking advantage of the different configurations of proteins. And now in Shake It Up per serving, we have 20 grams of protein, premium quality. Because also, let me tell you, proteins have different quality, not also in terms of biological value, also in other kinds of configuration. So these proteins are very elegant, if you say so, in terms of their configuration. Very, very elegant. There's a lot of technology behind, and now we have the best of the best. proteins in this daily protein blend. Of course, needless to say, we had high biological value proteins there, protein that are rich in brain chains, amino acid, which is basically amino acid that are totally needed for muscle growth, muscle maintenance, and we have excellent absorption and viability of those proteins. So we have a very novel protein source in Shake It Up. So we are trying to differentiate from others. And also they taste delicious. They are very friendly with combination with many other ingredients, so you can bring your imagination and create fantastic recipes that we're going to mention in brief. But there is something very special here that you need to know. We were taking advantage of the configuration of the different proteins, and we have a protein shake, a protein serving that provides dual action. What this mean, dual action? We have proteins first that are absorbed or metabolized very fast, within minutes, very fast. So you have this payload of amino acids in your bloodstream within minutes. That will help you to start feeling much faster this hunger control, to this great satiety. Also, if you are training or after you were exercising and you take Shake It Up, you will release a great load of amino acids into your muscle. So that's great. So we have fast action, fast absorption. But then we also are taking advantage of some protein there that are metabolized a little bit slowly. Because that will ensure long-lasting energy to feel a long-lasting satiety as well. Remember the signal when your body is in control, in a much better hunger control, is telling you, hey, I'm fine. I have everything I need. That's what we are looking for. That's why we are having this dual action, fast and a slow absorption, so you have quick benefits and long-lasting energy and a much greater hunger management. That is amazing. That is amazing, because this is a very smart way to take advantage of the different configuration of proteins. So that's why we were testing so many proteins, so many combinations. And once we were able to achieve this, we were like, we got it. And now you got it as well there in Canada. So that's the key, is high density nutrition and a very strategic nutrition for a much better long-lasting energy and long-lasting hunger management. All right? That's we are looking for as the first step. But this is not enough. This is not a, this is a great step, a great effort. That's great. But we were thinking about how we can express the philosophy of immunotech in a protein shake. And we need to look for our defenses. We have to look for our immune system. We have to look for a very particular scenario, and that scenario is our gut. Our gastrointestinal tract is very important in terms of defenses, metabolizing nutrients, energy production. There's a lot of things happening there. So in order to connect protein and nutrition concepts along with our natural defenses with a much better nutrient absorption, we have to look to our gut health. And also trying to improve the satiety as well. And when considering that, that's when we were looking at something very special, which are soluble fibers. We have two kinds of fibers, but the most interesting one are the soluble fiber. It turns out that soluble fiber is a very powerful prebiotic. It provides prebiotic action. What that means, I will tell you in brief. Soluble fibers are fibers that they capture water, they expand, and they provide much better satiety or satiety feeling in your gut. That along with the response from proteins, that will give you a much better hunger control than ever. And also, when evaluating the evidence, all the literature, we were able to see two very special ingredients. One is acacia and inulin as well, two of the most recognized prebiotics in the scientific world with remarkable results in terms of, this is a very interesting part, in order to strengthen your microbiota. It turns out, now we know this better than ever, the positive environment in our gut depends on the quality of the microorganisms there, beneficial bacteria, probiotics there. And it turns out that the soluble fiber, especially coming from acacia and inulin, are fantastic food for beneficial bacteria. A strategic food for the good bacteria, for the good microorganisms. Once they grow, they kill and eliminate all the bad bacteria or the pathogen microorganisms. So we build a healthy environment there, and that automatically translates into a solid immune system in your gut along the gastrointestinal tract, because the density of our immune system is basically there because our gut is the access or our interaction with the external world. So that's a very a strategic area to take care of. And if you have a strong microbiota there, a strong gut, you will improve your natural defenses. You will improve a much better response from your immune system. And also you are going to improve the metabolization of many nutrients there. And you're going to reduce the risks on many situations with your gut, reduce the discomfort you might have when eating different kinds of food. Now your gut is a much better environment and a much better way to enjoy your daily meat. And also, fantastic fact, when you have a healthy gut, you are going to lose weight way more faster, because the oxidation of fats happens much better. The metabolization of the nutrients is greater. Your metabolism gets works much faster as well. So you can burn more calories. So everything is improved when your gut is fine, and that is because your microbiota is healthy as well. So when combining this protein blend with the strategic soluble fiber, you will get the most from Shake It Up. So we were thinking about all of that, and that is because our team is constantly evaluating the scientific literature. We have interaction with many research groups, so we have a way to be up to date, with all the evidence. And we were like, hey, we need to use this and Shake It Up. We need to use it. And now thousands of people are enjoying this product and enjoying all these results. So you need to take advantage of this. If you take this, if anyone, you or someone else, in their daily nutrition, in their daily habits, in their daily routine, they are taking this to their body, they are going to get fantastic results. I mean, we can mention many advantages and benefits, but just watch this. Yes, by doing that, it will help to maintain a healthy weight. Yeah, by no means. Also, of course, it's going to prolong satiety and quality energy. These will help you to, I don't know, if you are training to optimize the results. It's going to help you to increase your muscle mass. But on the other hand, something that I really like is that, yes, we are getting that results. I'm losing weight. It's much easier for me to improve my physical performance. That's great. But something that I really like is that by taking the product on a daily basis, I'm going to improve my health. I'm going to support a better response from my immune system. My gut is going to be in a much healthier environment. I'm going to have a much better natural defenses response. And that's beautiful because you are improving someone's health by having this product in their daily nutrition. So